A conference that evaluates the performance of the education sector has begun today. Zemenu Mekonnen has account.
Minister of the Ministry of Education, Dr. Talai Gedi, has held a press conference regarding the execution of Education and Training Roadmap on the 29th Educational Conference. As to Dr. Talai, the roadmap will be implemented for the next 15 years and added that it promotes mother tongue language. The finding of the research initiated by the ministry shows that in addition to primary schools, the education process at higher education, research and technology transformation centers will be given in mother tongue language. Moreover, the new roadmap has incorporated other languages apart from mother tongue in one specific area.
የአፍ መፍቻ ቋንቋን የበለጠ የሚያጠናክር ፍኖተ ካርታ ነው። የአፍ መፍቻ ቋንቋን ጭራሽ ወደ ኋላ የመመለስ ሳይሆን ይሄ ፍኖተ ካርታ
It is a roadmap which promotes mother tongue language well. We conducted research on this via our experts. The roadmap states that we have to get focused aiming at promoting mother tongue language to make some medium of instruction at higher education and research and technology transformation centers. Thus, it will not adversely affect the language. As mentioned earlier, it opens opportunities to learn other local languages as well.
ሁለተኛ ኢትዮጵያውያንን ቅድም እንደተገለጸው የበለጠ ተጨማሪ ቋንቋ እንዲማሩ የሚጋብዝ
State Minister at the Ministry of Education, Dr. Garama Huluka, on his part stated that from nursery to 8th grade, the medium of instruction will be in mother tongue language. He added that the roadmap recommends the establishment of Mother Tongue Promotion Center. Dr. Garama has also stated that the roadmap has given privilege for regional states on some implementation. He also mentioned the Constitution governs the authority of the regional and federal states.
ቋንቋ በፍኖተ ካርታ ውስጥ ሲታሰብ በሶስት ደረጃ ተከፍሎ ነው የታየው። አንደኛው የአፍ መፍቻ ቋንቋን በመመለከት ነው። የአፍ መፍቻ ቋንቋን በመመለከት ከ1 እስከ 8
Language is considered at 3 levels in this roadmap. One is mother tongue related. From nursery to grade 8, the medium will be mother tongue. It is stated clearly. It also sets directions to promote such instruction at secondary and above level. So, we have to focus on this. In addition, it states that mother tongue promotion centers should be set up. This develops mother tongue. Regarding the authority of the federal and regional states, the base is the Constitution. We can transgress that. If there is a need to make some amendment following the procedure, it is open. There should be clear understanding on it.
ህገ መንግስቱን አሻሽላለሁ ካለ ደግሞ የኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ ፕሮሲጀሩን ጠብቆ ሲያሻሽል በዛን ጊዜ መነጋገር እንችላለን ማለት ነው። ይሄንን ክሊር አንደርስታንዲንግ ሊኖረን ይገባል።
The ministry disclosed that this year's educational conference will be held 4 days starting from Thursday. It is also stated that the 2011 academic year execution and the activities that will be implemented for the 2012 academic year will be issues of the conference.
You are watching our day news live from Amhara TV. Stay tuned. 30,000 Ethiopians who entered the United Arab Emirates illegally obtained a legal work permit. The United Arab Emirates government has issued an official work permit to 30,000 Ethiopians who have illegally entered the country. Underneath New has the report.
30,000 Ethiopians who entered the United Arab Emirates illegally obtained a legal work permit. The United Arab Emirates government has issued an official work permit to 30,000 Ethiopians who have illegally entered their country. The Ethiopian government has signed a bilateral employment agreement with the United Arab Emirates on January 30, 2011. According to the agreement, the government of Ethiopia had a plan to send individuals to United Arab Emirates to empower individuals in other professions in addition to domestic work. Following this agreement, senior executives from United Arab Emirates for the first time since the agreement arrived at Addis Ababa to visit their training facilities. The officials are set from medical college, driver training institutes, hotel and tourism, as well as other vocational training institutions. Minister of Labor and Social Affairs Regigo Tesfaye said the 30,000 citizens who illegally entered the United Arab Emirates had already been granted legal status. She commended the United Arab Emirates for this and stressed that it would no longer be possible. Ethiopia is in a similar position, saying the United Arab Emirates tightened its gap on human trafficking. For example, of the 130 agencies that operate illegally in the United Arab Emirates, 94 of them have been annulled and only 36 have been operating. Irgigo said there are currently 549 agencies in Ethiopia. Ethiopia has now signed trade agreements with 4 Middle Eastern countries, including the United Arab Emirates.
A Democracy Day is to be marked the coming September 9 in Ethiopia. A panel discussion will be held at Sheraton Addis under the theme Freedom of Expression. Brahan Workna reports.
Democracy Day will be celebrated at national level under the theme Freedom of Expression is a result of democracy in September 9, 2019. During the celebration, panel discussion entitled with Democracy and Freedom of Expression will be presented at Sheraton Addis. High government officials, representatives from Addis Ababa City Administration, women, youth, students and more than 1,000 people will participate in the panel discussion. Chief Director of Ethiopian Broadcast Authority, Dr. Getachew Dinko, and Chief Ombudsman of Ethiopian People, Dr. Ndala Haile, have given press release regarding the celebration of Democracy Day.
Democracy is not the issue of institutions of democracy. It is the issue of all citizens, institutions, and nations and nationalities of the people in the country. It is also the issue of the federal and the regional governments.
Dr. Getachew said that the main objective of celebrating Democracy Day at national level is to create awareness about principles of democracy and freedom of expression to the people in the country.
በተለይ ደግሞ በዚህ ጊዜ ወጣቶች ሴቶች ተማሪዎች ላይ በማተኮር እንዲሁ ሐሳብ አቅራቢ
Basically, this day we are working, giving great attention to youth and women. This is because in the future, democracy and freedom of expression is the issue of youth, women and students. The panel discussion will be very important to the community to express their opinion freely.
በብዙ እድልን ሲያገኝ እነዚህ ግን በወጣትነት እድሜ ክልል ያሉት በተለይ የህብረተሰብ ክፍሎች
As to Getachew, the panel discussion that will be held at Sheraton Addis will be transmitted to the people live.
እነዚህ ፕሮግራሞች በቀጥታ በመገናኛ ብዙሃን ይተላለፋሉ።
The panel discussion will be transmitted live. Mass media is one of the subcommittee of this program. Representatives of mass media agencies have been discussing how they are going to transmit the program live to the people. Apart from live broadcast, we believe that the program will be transmitted in depth to the people.
ብለን እናስባለን። ከቀጥታው ስርጭት በተጨማሪም ሰፋ ያሉ ሽፋኖች በመገናኛ ብዙሃን ያገኛል ብለን እናስባለን።
Getachew further noted that the panel discussion will be a platform that helps to evaluate the performance and avoid challenges that have been facing the nation last year.
ይታወቃል ጳጉሜ የተለያዩ የጳጉሜ ቀናት በተለያየ ስያሜ ትኩረት ተደርጎባቸው የሚሰሩ ነገሮች እንዳሉ ይታወቃሉ።
It is known that many works will be done from September 6 to 11 in our country. It directly goes with our culture and attitude. It is also a time of remembering what we have done in the past years, for what kind of problems have been faced in the past years. Therefore, we are working to strengthen democracy in the country.
ይደረጋል በተለምዶም እንደዛ ይደረጋልና ከዛ ጋር በተያያዘ ይሄ የመደመርን ፍልስፍና አንግበን ስናበቃ
Chief Ombudsman of Ethiopian People, Dr. Ndala Haile, on his part said that the panel discussion is very important to assure peace, stability, equality, justice and freedom of expression among the people.
የፓናል ውይይቱን አስፈላጊ ከሚያደርጉት ዋና ጉዳዮች ውስጥ አንደኛ
The panel discussion has many benefits. First, it is very important to assure sustainable peace and stability in the country. Second, it is also a platform that enables to assure stability, justice and freedom of expression and to create good opportunities so as to understand the system of democracy in the country. We believe that we have to build democracy that involves youth, women and students to make them beneficiary.
ለማስፋት በመንግስት ብቻ የሚሰራ ስራ ብቻ አይደለም።
As to Ndala, the panel discussion will focus on 10 points: principles of democracy and values, implementation of democracy in Ethiopia, building democratic system in the country, results of the reform, basic rights and freedom of expression are among the focus areas of the panel discussion.
እንዳጠቃላይ የፓናል ውይይቱ ትኩረት ያደርግባቸው የተባሉት ወደ 10 ዋና ዋና ጉዳዮች አሉ ወይም ቴማቲክ
Generally, the panel discussion will focus on 10 points. Among these, what are the principles and values of democracy? What does it seem the implementation of democracy in the country? What are the challenges and the results of the reform led by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed? To what extent is freedom of expression related with rights and duties of the people? And how is our usage of media and social media and other electronic print media?
የምንችለው በአምስተኛ ደረጃ የሐሳብ ነጻነትና መብታችን እስከምን ድረስ ነው ግዴታችን እስከምን ድረስ ነው
The Ethiopian Religious Institutions Conference is working to prevent conflicts and disputes in the country and to foster forgiveness. Andernet New has a detail.
Ethiopian Religious Institutions Assembly senior officials have visited victims of the turmoil happened in Sidama zone of South Nations Nationalists and People's Region. General Secretary of the Assembly, Priest Tagai Tadele, said that he has observed heartbreaking situation in his visit. Priest Tagai said such an act doesn't define the values of Sidama people and the attack targeting on religious institutions is improper since it bears political question at the cover. Priest Tagai also stated that such an act is executed in a well calculation of national crisis. It is also pointed out that kindful deeds of Sidama people in giving protection to those who have dissimilar ethnic background should be strengthened further. According to Priest Tagai, Religious Institutions Assembly will work on peace talks so as to avoid misunderstanding and conflicts. In this regard, the Assembly is to host different podiums. Acting President of Ethiopian Islamic Affairs Head Office, Sheikh Said Ahmed on his part said, remedies should be taken so as to avoid repetition of the same mistake in the time ahead. Forgiveness and patience is vitally important to cope up with the challenge the country has faced. Having said so, Sheikh Said emphasized on the need to solidarity in claiming the legal procedure to the legal entity. Ethiopian Seventh-day Adventist Church representative and member of the Assembly Board, Pastor Anagaw Getaun on his part said, the land is given by the Lord just to live in it peacefully rather than displacing each other. A victim named Johannes Asfaw has expressed his gratitude towards members of the assembly as they are here to visit them. The victim said that what happened doesn't represent the people of Sidama as they have been given protection for possible victims. Resident of the locality named Gululat Kasa on his part said victims of the turmoil should get compensation sooner. A discussion focusing on conflict resolution and management is being conducted between the assembly and religious fathers in Hausa.
And this is the end of our news. Many thanks for watching. I am Fraser Almas along with the production crew in the studio. Do enjoy with the rest of our programs from Amhara TV.